back tonight with an update from Venezuela and the frantic search for survivors after 3 days after two deadly and devastating earthquakes rocked the South American nation. Authorities there say the death toll has now risen to more than 1,400. Another 3,000 people are injured and many more are missing. Right now, more than 7,500 people are in the hospital and hundreds of aftershocks have been registered since the initial quakes. As we showed you earlier in the week, members from Virginia's Task Force 1 Urban Search and Rescue Team are on the ground in Venezuela right now. And we're joined live by John Morrison, who is with Virginia Task Force 1. We can tell you a group of 80 Fairfax County first responders are helping with those ongoing efforts. John, thanks so much for taking the time to update us on what's happening tonight.
Yeah, thank you for having us on.
So, John, I wanted to ask, I know the team landed yesterday in Venezuela. Can you tell us where you are and just kind of what you have been seeing as you've been responding?
Sure. We're just north of the city of Caracas on the coastline, and we're seeing widespread devastation, especially of high-rise residential buildings. And so those are made of reinforced concrete buildings. And when they collapse, they have very large void spaces within them that have potential for survivors. And we're working one site right now that we have made contact with some victims. And so we're very hopeful that we can effect those rescues in the near future.
I mentioned it earlier, how many aftershocks that there have been felt. How is that impacting your efforts in any way?
It certainly takes an effort for our safety officers and our engineers. These buildings are inherently unstable once they collapse. And so we bring those engineers with us and have a safety plan and an evacuation plan for every work site that we're working on. So we know where to go, where our rally points are, and when to evacuate when we start feeling the earth shake.
John, can you walk us through some of the challenges that you and the team are noticing now that you're on the ground? I know that you prepare by looking ahead, doing some research, but actually being there, what are some of the things that you're running into?
Yeah, logistics is a giant challenge. We bring everything with us that we need: food, water, shelter, communications equipment, because we don't want to be a burden on the host country here. So the logistics of keeping all of that equipment and then moving around. Traffic is sometimes very dense, and especially with all the roads blocked by collapsed buildings. So moving around the city is very difficult. But we're making good work of it, and we've got some U.S. military assets via air that we're tapping into. So we're very excited to be able to expand our search.
You know, we're just looking at some of the images that your team has shared. John, any idea how long you think this deployment is going to last?
We're expecting anywhere from 10 to 14 days, but it certainly may be longer. When we were in Nepal in 2015, we had a 7.3 aftershock. And so we had we had more buildings collapse and we went back to work. So we're here as long as the Venezuelan people need us to be here and until the mission is complete.
You mentioned it there, the work in Nepal. How does this compare to maybe other natural disasters that you all have responded to?
It certainly is widespread, much like Turkey or Nepal or Haiti in 2010. So this is exactly what we train for. We just had an exercise with our counterparts from LA last month in Fairfax County, where we simulated a large-scale earthquake in a dense urban core, training for this exact type of scenario. So this is what we train for. It's what we're prepared for, and we're here to execute the mission.
Well, John, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for what you and the rest of Virginia Task Force 1 are doing. We really wish you the best of luck going forward. Thanks again.
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, of course. Across the D.C. region, a number of Venezuelan restaurants are helping mobilize the community to help out with relief efforts. There are some of the restaurants participating in College Park, D.C., and Fairfax, Virginia. They're collecting donations that will be sent to Venezuela. The information is right there on your screen.